The idea of shadow the professional filmmakers came to me after I'd taken a workshop at Tacoma Glass Blowing. I thought, how is it that I'm going to be able to actually come up with a finished piece of glass? I don't even know what I'm doing. And it was really interesting how they'd handle that. They took you in, they let you work with them, but they really were doing the majority of the work, and you were kind of just shadowing them. Got to do some of the blowing and some of the rolling, but in the end, they were really in control of the whole thing. And I thought, wouldn't that be cool to bring in a professional film team, and my students could get a chance to really not so much have a class in how to film, but really actually to work with, to work behind the filmmakers. And so I talked to James Winters. Starting in July. It was 8 months before so we did this in February of 2019. And so we started talking in July of 2018. We evolved it, and by the time we were done, he provided the script, he was going to do the editing, and my students were going to go along for the ride. And it's turned out to be, I think, a pretty remarkable experience. In fact, I told him he should package it and put it on the road, take it on the road, and make it available to other colleges. I think it's that fantastic of a situation. Because one thing is talking about how to do it, but when you actually see a professional crew in motion, and particularly working together, and particularly working as a tight team, you get to see, first of all, the relationship, the camaraderie, and actually the professional behavior, the nuance of the professional behavior. So it was a pretty cool experience. And I think my students felt the same way.
It is truly an amazing experience being able to work with James and the whole crew, Ella, and the amazing equipment that they had. The red cameras. It was like, while they were shooting, it was like looking directly at a movie and watching it being made at the same time as watching it on television or watching it on a screen or a digital device. It was incredible. And the detail and the angles of the shots, I mean, it completely changed my entire perspective of how I even write scripts, let alone the perspective of filming it and shooting it and interacting with it. It was really amazing.
Yeah, the storyboard thing, that red camera really blew me away. Yeah, just so much there. It's just an amazing piece of technology. And what really, I didn't realize that they had to repeat over and over again, keep on reshooting the same scene over and over again just to get it perfect, just to get everything right. That really blew me away, how much repetition and work there is in this.
And the kids hitting their spots every time. That was pretty cool.
Right.
And learning the terminology. What did you think, Finn?
I think it was great. Everyone was really friendly in the way they show us, how to do some of the things that they do. And the whole vibe of the whole experience is just really professional, but somehow it's kind of casual to the point where you feel comfortable to be in, but not to the point where it's like, ooh, it's crushing. You have to be professional. Like, it's not like that, which I loved.
Yeah, I also liked that feel of collaboration and professionalism. I don't know if that's the right word, but that, overall, like watching them work with their equipment, and basically it wasn't made by the will of one person, as we always thought that movies were made with. Yeah, it was an eye-opening experience. Also, like with seeing how many times they did a shot, but that's they get variety, and like with all the equipment and lighting, it's all there for the same reason. Like, they bring in carts of all their equipment. That way, if they want to, they can get all these different types of shots, all these different types of lighting and sound.
I was the guy who did the clapperboard, so Whoops, crossed that out of my list.
You did a great job on sound too. You looked so cool standing there with the box and the microphone on the boom and all that.
Oh, thank you.
That
Rennie
was
looked
really cool.
Rennie looked more like a person who does it for a living, though. Like he had the attire.
Spielberg with the clap. Absolutely. The
Heck
one
yeah.
thing that was amazing about the experience was the fact that watching a team of people that had orchestrated these moves prior, they were able, they were a well-oiled machine. Everybody knew their jobs, and having the experience of interacting with that was amazing.
They obviously done it
Absolutely
before.
amazing. It just completely changed points of view of how to do things and how things were arranged.
And if you do it again, there's nothing to lose. If you do anything, you're just gaining stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important to go through the process of first being intimidated by like how much is involved. First being intimidated by it, and then being broken into it, being comfortable doing it, like being able to use the mic, something that costs tens of thousands of dollars, the whole setup, and then getting comfortable with it, and then learning to actually how to use it, and like what you can do to help, like what you can add to the story, to the actual movie, you start to collaborate with professionals at the end of it. So yeah, I highly recommend it. Like that we keep doing this.
And the fact that they were so encouraging to all of us. Like if we had an idea, they took it and they went, oh, and they thought about it, and they would either include it or they would show you how it would work or wouldn't work. And that was really beneficial. It was great to encourage us to be more confident in what we were doing, and it just made the learning experience.
You've got to be doing some heavy breathing. You just ran over here, so give me a little excited. All right, so bring some of that. This is all that stuff. This is just after you broke her finger. All right, and now you got away, and now you're gonna take her down. So a little, all right, take that, you whale, stupid whale. All right, okay, and action. Cool.